Advanced techniques for speed reading. In this chapter, we'll take your skills to the next level with advanced techniques to optimize your reading experience, increase comprehension, and enhance retention. These strategies aren't just for speeding through books, they're designed to help you retain and apply what you've read in both personal and professional settings. We'll cover how to optimize your reading environment, apply memory techniques, and use speed reading in everyday life. Whether you're a student preparing for exams, a professional managing a high workload, or a lifelong learner eager to consume more information, these advanced techniques will help you maximize the benefits of speed reading. How to optimize your reading environment. Your environment plays a huge role in how effectively you read. Distractions, poor lighting, and uncomfortable seating can all hinder your ability to read quickly and retain information. Creating an optimized reading environment can enhance both your speed and comprehension. Mark frequently worked from home. Despite having ample time to read market reports and financial data, he found himself easily distracted and often fatigued after long reading sessions. His workspace was cluttered, and his office lighting was dim, causing eye strain. After attending a productivity workshop, Mark realized the importance of his environment. He made simple changes to improve his reading space. He cleared away distractions, ensured he had a comfortable chair with proper back support, and invested in a desk lamp with adjustable brightness. Mark also started using noise-cancelling headphones and playing instrumental music to help him concentrate. After transforming his workspace, he found that his reading speed increased by 30%, and he was able to stay focused for longer periods. How can you optimize your reading environment? Since you'll spend significant time reading, choose a chair that supports good posture. Avoid slouching, as this can lead to fatigue and loss of focus. How important is good lighting? Lighting can make a big difference. With good lighting, you are ensuring an optimum reading environment. Make sure that your reading area is well lit, preferably with natural light or soft, adjustable lamps. Avoid glare, as it can cause eye strain. Why do you need an organized workspace? A clean and organized workspace gives you focus and energy whilst reading. Keep your workspace tidy. A clutter-free environment helps reduce distractions and improves mental clarity. That's why minimalism has become popular in recent years. It takes attention away from things in your life and places on the essential activities in your life. It replaces things with experiences which are more rewarding and longer lasting. Buying things gives you a quick one-time boost, but it also provides experiences you will remember forever. An organized workspace creates an environment for your experience of speed reading and the benefits that go with it. Should you work in silence? Some people prefer silence, while others concentrate better with ambient noise or soft music. Experiment with background sounds to see what works best for you. I like to work in silence, paying total attention to the task at hand. This helps me focus. I find music distracting, and I want to train myself to be able to work anywhere, regardless of the situation or levels of noise. Everyone has different preferences with regard to background noise. Some can't work with noise, and others like music in the background. You have a choice and can decide which is best for you. Go with what you like the most. Can you train yourself to work anywhere? You can train yourself to focus on any environment, but if you start with the basics of good lighting, comfortable seating, tidy desks, and relatively undisturbed space, you will minimize distractions and excuses that prevent optimum focus for reading. People read when on noisy trains and in cafeterias and coffee shops such as Costa and Starbucks, with people constantly coming in and out. It's probably a good idea to train yourself to be able to focus and concentrate and work from anywhere and at any time. Some people can only work when they feel like it. Train yourself to work even when you are tired, distracted, and don't feel like it. You'll find that your output will be similar with time, regardless of the conditions and how you feel. When you get to this level, the work becomes self-reinforcing and most satisfying, which is the reason for the activity. How to use memory techniques to remember what you've read. You want to have the information you've read at your fingertips and to be able to use it whenever you want. You don't have to read many books if you can't remember what you've read. It seems like a waste of time. So, how can you remember more of what you've read? The purpose of speed reading isn't just about finishing books faster. It's also about remembering what you've read. When you can recall information at will, any time and any place, you can use it as required to execute your plan of action. How can you do that? Advanced readers use memory techniques to improve retention and recall, ensuring that the knowledge they gain stays with them long after they've finished reading. Emily was juggling a heavy workload of textbooks, lectures, and clinical studies. While speed reading helped her get through the vast amounts of reading material, she struggled with retaining the information. She realized that while she could read quickly, it was hard to recall important details when exams came around. Emily started incorporating memory techniques, such as visualization and the method of loci or memory palace, into her studies. This ancient memory technique involves associating information with specific locations or images. For example, when learning about the functions of different parts of the brain, Emily imagined walking through a house where each room represented a different brain function. By linking new information to vivid mental images of places in her home, Emily was able to improve her retention significantly. Her test scores improved. She felt more confident during clinical rotations, where recalling details quickly was crucial. This gives Emily a renewed sense of confidence in her ability. Which are the best memory techniques for speed readers? What is a memory palace? The method of loci, memory palace, involves associating information with physical locations in your mind. By visualizing a familiar place and assigning specific information to different rooms or landmarks, you can enhance recall. For example, if you have 20 ideas to remember, you decide on the 20 locations in your house to which you can associate the ideas. So, the idea will instantly pop into your mind when you think of a place. If you go through the 20 locations, you'll be able to recall all 20 ideas. This method is both powerful and versatile and can be used to remember the ideas you are reading about. Why is visualization important? Visualization involves creating mental images of what you're reading. For example, imagine yourself in the scene if you're learning about historical events. Visualizing information makes it more memorable. Most people's dominant modality is visual. Hence, visualization is the most powerful way to remember the information you're reading. However, the more senses you engage, your speed reading skills and enhanced recall will be more potent. Some people say they don't visualize and just remember somehow. Visualization doesn't mean people get crystal clear, 3D, multicolored pictures of everything they read. Initially, your visualization ability may be vague with black and white photographs. Still, with training and time invested, everyone can enhance their ability to visualize to increase their level of detail. What is chunking? Large blocks of text are hard to remember. When you have 20 digits of numbers altogether, it seems impossible to remember them. The solution is to reduce them by breaking them into smaller components. The chunking method involves breaking information into smaller, manageable chunks. The large text block can be broken into several paragraphs, each representing an idea. This makes it easier to remember. The 20 numbers can be broken down into 5 chunks of 4-digit numbers. This is how banks write the account numbers on their cards, so it's easier to remember them. Instead of remembering isolated facts, group related ideas together, which makes them easier to recall. Chunking is thus a simple, powerful and easy to use technique for enhancing the memory of the information you focus on during your speed reading session. How do you use mind mapping in speed reading? Mind mapping involves using visual diagrams to organize and represent ideas. Mind maps help you see the relationships between different pieces of information and create a structured memory of the material. It is a good idea to stop after the speed reading session and create a mind map of all the ideas that come to mind. Once you've created the mind map, check how much material you've recalled and what is missing. The act of testing your recall of the information reinforces it in your memory, and it will be easier to remember when needed. Before a new speed reading session, create a mind map of the ideas from the previous session. You can also prime your speed reading session by creating a mind map of everything you know about the topic. This will help you anchor the new information with what you already know, thus enhancing comprehension of the new material. Another technique is to create a quick mind map of the structure of the information you will read when scanning the reading material. This technique will help you store and retrieve information later on. Why is having a purpose for your reading essential? What is your purpose for reading the material? What do you want to achieve? Why are you reading this material? Without a purpose, your mind will wander all over the place. This is like burning a hole through paper using a magnifying glass under the sunlight. If the magnifying is kept moving, then nothing happens. You can't harness the energy of the sun to burn a hole in the paper. If you keep the magnifying glass still and focus on one spot, the paper will burn very quickly, creating a hole in the paper as intended. Similarly, your reading must have a purpose. It must have a focus. Not all reading is the same. How you approach a dense technical manual will differ significantly from how you approach a light novel or a news article. Advanced speed readers adapt their techniques depending on the material and their goals. This section will explore tailoring your speed reading strategies to different contexts. Anna was responsible for reviewing lengthy employee manuals, legal documents, and training materials. She also needed to stay current on industry trends by reading reports and articles. Anna realized that she needed different approaches for different types of material. She used pre-reading and scanning techniques for dense legal documents to identify key points before diving into detailed reading. For industry articles, she practiced skimming, which allowed her to quickly grasp the main ideas without getting bogged down in the details. When reading personal development books, Anna used speed reading to get through the material quickly, then slowed down to take notes on sections that were particularly relevant to her work. By adapting her speed reading strategies to the task at hand, Anna became more efficient and effective in her role. How to tailor your speed reading for different purposes. You can use scanning and pre-reading techniques to identify key points for dense texts such as technical manuals, legal documents, etc. You should focus on the structure and essential details that you need from the material you are reading. Practice skimming to quickly absorb the main ideas when reading news articles and reports. Focus on headlines, subheadings, and summary sections. For novels or personal reading, read through less important sections quickly but slow down when you want to savor the details or reflect on more profound themes. Knowing your purpose clearly lets you decide the best approach to use in your situation. Flexibility is a key feature of speed reading. It can be adapted for any circumstance. How to combine speed reading and note-taking. Everyone writes things down in notes, either on paper or digitally. We have been taught to write things down when we first learn to read. Some people write things down word for word. They write every spoken word. People copy things from books they are reading into their notebooks. Others just note the key idea in their own words. There are also many different note-taking methods, such as Cornell method, bullet journaling, mind mapping and visual note-taking. Each method has its advantages and disadvantages. Note-taking is a critical skill for retaining information, especially when reading for academic or professional purposes. Advanced speed readers use efficient note-taking strategies to reinforce what they've learned. This combination of speed reading and effective note-taking leads to better comprehension and retention. Michael needed to stay on top of industry trends and financial reports. He found that while he could speed read through reports, he often forgot the key takeaways by the time he needed them for meetings. To solve this, Michael began using mind mapping for note-taking. Instead of taking traditional linear notes, Michael created visual mind maps that organize the information clearly and interconnectedly. He started with the central idea of the report and branched out into subtopics, highlighting key data points and action items. This helped him retain more information and made it easier to review his notes quickly before meetings. What note-taking techniques can you use alongside speed reading? Here is a list of techniques that you can use to complement your speed reading journey. Mind maps use visual diagrams to organize information into a structured format. This helps with retention and makes it easier to review later. Key points and summaries focus on jotting down the main ideas or key points as you read. Summarize each section in a few sentences to reinforce comprehension. Use annotations if you're reading physical books or PDFs. Highlight important passages and add margin notes. This helps you quickly refer back to key information. How to adapt speed reading in digital and print formats. There are various formats that people use to consume information. They can be divided into physical or digital. Most people now read on screens, whether on a computer, tablet, or smartphone. While speed reading techniques can be applied to digital and print formats, each has unique challenges and advantages. Advanced readers learn to adapt their techniques based on their current medium. Lisa spent much of her day reading articles, research papers, and ebooks on her tablet. Initially, she found applying her speed reading skills to digital formats hard. The scrolling and glare from the screen made it difficult to focus, and she often felt more fatigued than when reading print books. To address these issues, Lisa made several adjustments. She reduced the screen brightness, switched to a sepia background to reduce eye strain, and used digital bookmarks to mark important sections. Lisa also used an app with adjustable text speeds, which allowed her to practice speed reading while controlling the flow of text. By making these changes, Lisa was able to maintain her speed reading efficiency in a digital format. What's the difference between digital and print reading? Strive to make reading a comfortable and fun activity. For digital reading, make sure that you adjust screen settings to reduce glare, use reading apps with adjustable speeds, and take frequent breaks to prevent eye strain. For print reading, use a pacer, such as your finger or a pen, to guide your eyes across the text and maintain speed. Annotate or highlight important sections as you read. Make sure you balance both formats. Practice speed reading in digital and print formats to develop your ability to adapt to different mediums. How to use speed reading in real situations. Speed reading is a valuable tool in everyday life, helping you stay informed and productive in a world overflowing with information. Speed reading isn't just about academic study or professional work. Whether you're trying to get through your daily news feed, read emails faster, or enjoy more books in your free time, speed reading can be a game changer. James, a busy father of two and an avid reader, struggled to find time for his passion. Between work, family, and other obligations, he often felt overwhelmed by the amount of reading he needed to do. He read material ranging from emails and news articles to the stack of novels on his nightstand. He wanted to read more, so he took a speed reading course. After learning speed reading techniques, James discovered that he could significantly cut down his time on emails and daily news, freeing up more time to read for pleasure. By practicing selective reading techniques, he could quickly scan his emails for important information, and by skimming the news, he stayed informed without getting bogged down in details. This allowed him to enjoy his evenings reading novels at a faster pace than ever before. Instead of being a chore, reading became an enjoyable and fruitful activity that enhanced James's knowledge and understanding, making him more confident and efficient in his work and personal life. How to apply speed reading in everyday life. Everyone is bombarded with emails. We are CC'd on everything, and auto-replies go everywhere. It gets overwhelming. You need to apply some common sense and discipline. With emails, practice selective reading techniques to identify key points quickly. This will help you manage your inbox more efficiently. You will create more time for the really important stuff. When reading news, skim through headlines and summaries to stay informed without getting overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information. This will allow you to select and focus on items you want to learn about and delve into in more detail. For personal reading, use speed reading techniques to read more books in your free time, enhancing your enjoyment while increasing your reading volume. By mastering these advanced techniques, you'll be able to enhance your speed reading skills further and apply them in various real-world situations. Whether you're reading for personal growth, professional development, or just staying on top of your inbox, speed reading can help you process information faster and more efficiently. Announcement, coming soon. You will find the information in this lesson and the YouTube series collected in our forthcoming book. Available on Amazon and our website wacademy.com. Subscribe, like and share so that you don't miss out.